Right, in this video clip I want to talk to you about series. They're again from chapter 6 of the Edexcel syllabus for AS Maths, a Core 1 module. Right, okay, series, the key concepts then. The series as opposed to a sequence. A series indicates there's some sort of desire to add and sum up the terms of a sequence. So in this table here, you can see I've got a sequence which is a list of terms separated by commas, and to change that idea into a series, instead of commas, you can see I've got addition signs because I want to add them all together. In the C1 exam, you can expect to have two different types really of series. You've either got an arithmetic one or not an arithmetic one. And basically, we'll be able to find a way around each of these situations. In this particular clip, I'm going to spend a lot of the time talking about arithmetic series. If it's not an arithmetic series, you basically will just need to do some straightforward adding. For an arithmetic series, you will be adding up the terms of an arithmetic sequence. And you can recognise either of these because each term follows a particular pattern, and we have this nth term formula here that you should recognise. If you want to add up the first n terms of an arithmetic sequence or series, then we have this notation here, Sn, S for sum, and n is the number of terms that you want to add on. It's just important to know that it's the first n terms as well when you write it like that. So this is what it really means, okay, so the sum of the first n terms means the first one, the second one, the third one, all the way up, and I add them up to un, okay? And here's just a slightly different way of looking at these. You should know from your other work on arithmetic sequences that the first term is called a, so there we go. The second term would be a and the common difference, and the third term is a and two lots of the common difference, and so on. And this here at the end is the nth term. There's a really clever trick that you can do with these actually, and it ends up improving this formula here. There is a formula, obviously, for adding up all the first n numbers or the first n terms of your sequence. The way of finding it is you write it out back to front, and then you start adding them in pairs that way, and you find that you get lots of the same thing. So this is the result of that, this formula here, and there's also another form of it. And they both give you the same result, it's just you require different bits of information to use this one as to use this one. If you want to use this form of the formulae, basically if you've been given this information here, so we've got the first, second, third, and lots of the terms perhaps, but as long as I've got the first one, which is what A is, and I need also to take into account this last one. So when it tells you what the last one is, that's really useful. Okay, and this shows you again, so if you want the sum of the first n terms, you need A, L, and N. A is the first term, L is the last term, and N is the number of terms. If rather unhelpfully they don't actually tell you what n is, you might have to work it out yourself. So what you do in order to do that is you take this last term in the sequence, or series, and you can look at that. Because you know it's an arithmetic series, you know that each term follows this particular pattern. If you already know A and you already know D, whatever number that is, you put it there, okay, and you would solve to find out what n is. And that's something that I'm sure you'd be able to do. Just remember that D is the common difference, and you can find that by looking at how those terms change each time, okay? So, finding the sum to n terms is pretty much just a case of remembering the formulae and figuring out which things to substitute in. The only thing I can think of they might do to make it a little bit more challenging is they might give you this sum and tell you to work out some other thing, like maybe they'll get you to work out n. And in that case, you just got to be a little bit careful and think about what properties n has to have. So n cannot be a negative number, and it cannot be a fraction or a decimal. It describes the number of numbers in your series, so it has to be a whole number. Okay, thanks again for watching this one. I hope it's been of use to you. There are plenty other ones about sequences and series, so please look out for them.